welcome. Today we're going to be talking about people on the move, and people on the move means safe places, safe work, safe commutes, and safe people. $1.5 trillion is the expected cost to reopen offices, place spaces across the country. If we really put in a good terms of understanding what that means, it's about $10,000 per employee. It's going to be the cost to reopen spaces. Now, that survey that is coming up with from that cost is what are the important priorities of executives across the country. And we can see really number one important priority for executives across the country is the safe place for folks that working for their organizations to go to work. And so involved with that is the safe workplace, safe commutes, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. How do we help with safe work, making it the idea of understanding the process risk in scheduling and touch points? How do we better predict what that risk is? How do we look at the safe places and the site risk, the layout of the site, how we can do prediction of who should be on site, who should be off site? Safe people, meaning how do we schedule those safe people? How do we know which people should be coming in the office, which ones we still designate to work from home? And then the commute data and being able to predict safe commuters coming into the office, making sure that we're having safe people while they're in the office. So the opportunity, if we look at the opportunity, 70% to 65 to 75% of CFOs are saying, hey, we're going to be looking at moving our location. We're going to look at maybe opening up some satellite offices. So there's an opportunity at how we look at space planning for those workplace sites. We also are looking at 20% of all your employees, 20% will move once a year on average. That's a big statistic that says, hey, I've got to know where my employees are so I know what kind of commute I'm looking at, so I know what kind of folks are coming in the office. And then finally, 40% of all our employees, when they are making decisions about where they're working at, are looking at what their commute is. So now we take into that factor, how safe is it to go in the office? We need to take in mind, we do not want to create turnover as we're creating the new safe places that we are thinking about moving to or temporary office spacing. So when we're talking about when employees are moving or when we are saying people are moving, we are talking about commuting, we're talking about moving around in the workplace, we're talking about the location of where the employer is going to be, and we're talking about where the employee lives. So it's safe commuting for safe places, safe work, and safe people. Our solution is we have several applications that are designed for helping us out for this, from commuting to surveys to checking into the workplace to work from home applications to the relocation suite for employers and employees. So as we have grown as a business, we started out in the commute space. We started out in helping agencies across the country and employers across the country design better commutes for their employees. As we grew, we created a lot of marketing activity and created algorithms for better marketing to those commuters. As we grew even more, we created commuter communities for a property managers, so that even connection to transit agencies. And now we're looking at how do we look at it from a complete employer perspective and looking at people moving around to and from home to work, inside the office, from work to home. So the solution is the employer communication community. It is a communication community that has content about the relevant things that are going on today, including COVID, including being able to potentially populate your policy. So it's not only for employees, it's for vendors, it's for anybody walking into your building so that they can understand if there is anything they need to be communicated with. And then finally is all the residential. So being able to see where your commuters are, where your employees are, where you might think about additional office space, and helping employees relocate if they are moving their houses. So we have designed a marketplace that is the communication community. We're the technology that does the communication. We're the technology that brings it all together. And we've added other components, certainly companies like Turnover Intelligence that help out with employees and locations where they may be moving to next. So, how do we get started? We do kind of what's called the discovery call in normal places. When we're looking at opportunities, it's a risk cost assessment plan that we put together that does an assessment of opening up the office and all the plans needed to open up the office. We are on the Salesforce platform. That is our AWS. That's what we're hosted on. We believe that's the best platform from a business standpoint. 98% of Fortune 500 are on that platform. Their IT department gets it. It can be used for both internal employees, external contractors. It can be used for vendors coming in to come in and see what is the latest needs when I'm going in to visit offices and what are the policies for this office. We've got plenty of customer stories. We are not a true blue startup. We have several customers out there that are using our application today, and we can talk to you about those stories. My name's Steve Wheeler. I am the CEO of One Commute. Would love to talk to you. Thank you.